Hello Battleborn. Today we are going to look at a piece of gear called the Blissbeast Skullplate. Now Blissbeast has had a confusing title in the past, only because we didn't know how to proc it. So after a lot of testing, we basically figured out how to do this. So besides the damage reduction and the regen it has as a secondary, the text reads, if damaged for over 15% of maximum health, gain 28 health regen per second for 10 seconds, which is a total of about 280 health. But we couldn't figure out how to get it to proc, because if you were hit for 15% of your max health, you went from 100% down to 85%. It didn't always proc. What ends up happening is, what you need to know about is, it has to be a single shot. It has to be a single hit. In other words, if you have 1,000 health, you have to be hit for 150 for it to proc. It doesn't proc on anything less. So I've gone ahead and got all the shards just so we can get this to show up. And all we're going to see is it already has that secondary. I'm actually going to keep my health low. It already has that secondary down there of 7 health per second. But I'm going to basically just get that sentry to hit me and see if he can nail me. And then watch. Up, there it goes. Now it's down to up to 35 health per second. You see how that procced? It was because he hit me for over 15% of my health in any one time. It doesn't have to be from 100 down to 85. It just has to happen at some point, 15% of my max health. So that is the Blissbeast Skullplate, which is actually nice if you have, because that regen is 280 health. So if someone hits, if you have a low health pool, it can actually heal you for more than you were hit for that one hit, anyways. If it's a 280 health or less. So that's pretty cool, especially with that damage reduction on there. Again, to get it hit, see how it hit me for over 15%, but it didn't dip into my health pool. Even hitting my shield accounted for a hit, which is a nice little note there. So if you are picking up gear, this will proc less frequently on tanks. So if you have a Montana or an Atticus or Boulder, someone with a huge health pool, or a Kelvin, it's not going to proc very often unless somebody hits you with Paradigm Shift or something. So it's not going to proc because it has to hit 15% of your maximum health. So that if your health pool grows over the course of the match, this will proc less and less often. However, if you have a smaller health pool, let's say you're running Melka, for instance, this is great. So if somebody actually does hit you while you're jumping around, this will heal you over the course of 10 seconds, and it has that damage reduction in it. So very, very, very nice item. I highly recommend it. It used to be one of my absolute favorites, and then they changed it up a bit. It's still quite one of my favorites, but it's situational to the character. So I thought you would enjoy it. Blissbeast Skullplate.